Hello there, it's Paul in Perth here. I can't quite remember what cancer update this is, but it's definitely Friday, and I'm definitely here with Sharon, that you'll remember from a previous episode where I went out to Sharon's house and Sharon lent me her absolutely wonderful Physio TENS machine. So the day has come to return that to Sharon, because I now have my own machine, and just to catch up. So thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. I'm glad it helped in some way.
Yeah, so as we discussed, it didn't help with my peripheral neuropathy, but it absolutely helped with my ankylosing spondylitis, and was just instant relief and just fabulous. And even now I find, even if I'm not in pain, I find it, when I put it on when I'm reading my book, it's just nice to have it going. It's kind of, it's almost, I don't want to say hypnotic, but it's certainly, I would describe it as, once you're used to it, it's got a kind of a relaxing aspect to it. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So as we discussed, the thank you gift is chocolates.
Yay, my favourite.
So your favourite was Mars.
My favourite is Mars.
Now, we had a discussion about Turkish Delight, because Turkish Delight is quite a controversial topic. Some people love it, some people hate it. I did actually ask Sharon whether she likes it or not, and she said...
No, not at all.
But your husband?
My husband loves it. It's his favourite chocolate.
So this is for your husband.
Thank you.
And I've got one for me as well, and I'm going to give Caroline a Twix. And actually on that topic, we were talking about... because remember I said, oh, do you want flowers?
Yeah.
And you indicated that you actually don't really like flowers, but you've got, was it Lego flowers?
Yeah, I've got the whole Lego flower range up in my lounge room because they don't need watering, they don't die on me, and they're safe for my cat.
Oh, of course.
Because some flowers are toxic to cats.
Yeah.
So, not that I encourage my cat to get up where my flowers are, but you know. So, David actually, which is my husband, actually bought me the bouquet of 12 roses for Valentine's Day this year. Right. So not only do I get to build them, which I find Lego is a way of quietening my mind and focusing on something. So
so you use it as a therapy?
I do, as stress relief, as a therapy, when I don't feel like crafting and making something up with my own directions. Right. To have set directions there, I just sit there and put them together, and so it's twofold. Keeps me busy, keeps my brain quiet, and in my husband's words, stops thinking up things for him to get done. And then I get to keep them. They don't die on me, because I have a very black thumb. I can't grow anything. Everything dies on me. So
well, as I said to you, part of the reason that I'm not a big fan of buying flowers as a gift is, what you're really doing when you think about it is going, here's a beautiful flower that is growing in the ground. I'm going to have that cut and presented to you, now knowing that it's definitely going to die. So I feel like I'm actually going, here, have some beautiful flowers. It's now your job to care for them as they die. Yeah. Right? Which to me seems bonkers. Like I would much rather, if I was going to do that, I'd much rather give you a little potted plant. Go, here, this thing's alive, and you actually can keep it alive.
In theory.
In theory.
Mind you, my friends gave me a potted plant about 6 months ago, and it's still living, so I'm getting there.
It can be done. There is, of course, cactus plants and things like that. Which, just like, don't water it and it'll be fine. Now, I'm trying to work out whether these things cause interference on the video or not, and I thought one thing we could do is if we both turn on our own devices for 5 or 10 seconds, and I'll just check the footage. So are you ready to go with yours?
Sure.
All right, so... Oh, there it is. How is it?
Nice. It's been a while. Like, as I said to you, it's been probably over 12 months since I used mine, but it's times like this when I do go back and use it, I think, that's nice.
That is very nice. Now, just in case it is putting interference on the videos, we'll turn ours off. Yeah. But I do want to talk about them, because if you can just show yours to camera, yours is a this one's only 1 year old, whereas this one here I'd suggest is probably, over 5 years old?
Yeah, 4 to 5 years
Okay.
old.
Now, a big difference between these two units is this one here has actual dials that you can turn for pulse width and frequency, pulse width and rate.
Yeah.
This is completely digital. Now, I actually found Sharon's unit much easier to get up and going really quickly because I didn't have to do anything on the dials, but I understood what they meant. I really just had to put the electrodes on and wind it up, and that was all really obvious. Getting this one going was much less obvious because everything's digital. So if you want to change the pulse width or pulse duration, you have to go into a menu and change it and save it, and it has more options, but I found it more finicky. And as it turns out, the instruction manual that came with this particular one was not particularly helpful. I eventually worked it out, but part of what allowed me to work it out is because I'd already used Sharon's one, so I knew what kinds of features it would have. But yeah, just a little observation. The ones with the physical dials are actually, in my opinion, easier to use and configure. So there you go. So that's quite good.
Be interesting to find out when the battery dies if you lose your settings. So maybe take a photo of your settings.
Oh, that's a point. That's a point. Yeah, if you did have a particular
setting that you prefer.
needed. Yeah, and this one, I'll just quickly show everyone there. This particular one has programs, and you can see it's on program 1, and there's a program 2, and there's a program U1, and I think U1 is user-defined profile 1. I think that's what it means. So yeah, so that's how they go. I'm just thank you so much. This has changed my life.
Great.
For the better. So yeah, you've had a great influence on me. I'm just super pumped.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm sorry it didn't work for what you intended.
Hey.
But boy, am I glad that it worked for something.
For something, and also just to be able to pass on to the subscribers, because I'll bet you there'll now be some subscribers that will try it. I already had one subscriber say, "Oh, I've actually got one in the bottom drawer. I've forgotten it's there, and I could use it." So I know that there's at least one person out there in subscriber land that has actually altered their life as a result of these couple of videos we've done. Yeah, which is really good.
It's good. My father-in-law, I think, had one similar to this just before I got this one.
Right.
And he was the same as you. It was a bit complicated to set up and
Yeah.
whatever. So when he got it set up, he was like, "No, it's mine."
Yeah. So
and
I'll just quickly interrupt and look up to you. This is the one I'm pretty sure that Aldi currently has on sale in Australia. So if you buy it, then I think this is the unit you'll get.
yeah,
Okay.
it's the same one. Similar one to what he got. And yeah, he tended to get a bit frustrated with it.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually even do a how-to video for YouTube on how to get up and running with these, because I looked and there's not one at the moment, and it was a good 10 minutes before I got this to do anything.
Yeah, well,
And I know what a TENS machine is, and I've got a background in IT, and
he was 70, so computers didn't come normal to him. So, you know, it's probably still at home somewhere. But by the time he didn't use it or had given up on trying to use it, I'd got mine.
Well done. Yeah, well, yeah, okay, I can do a
I like mine, but if I locate his one, then I've got a spare at home.
They're a good little unit. It's a powerful little zapper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly works. So, and how's your husband and your
Kids?
Yeah.
They're all good.
Yep.
They're doing really well. As you know, I've got 2 in high school.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 adult daughters. So they're doing well. My oldest at high school is getting ready for the school ball next week, so that's fun.
Wow. Ball.
Yeah.
So they're having a ball. So that's not end of year, obviously.
Well, it's their year 12 ball, or year 11 and year 12 ball.
Oh,
But our school does it at the beginning of the year because the end of the year is full of exams and they don't want to distract the students.
That's really smart.
So they do it before it starts to get busy. They do it just,
yeah.
and they've done that. Like my eldest graduated from that school in 2010.
Yep.
So that sort of gives you her age away. And her ball was early in the year then too.
Okay.
So it gives the ATAR kids a chance to study and focus. And
I forget when my Year 12 ball was. I have a feeling it was like August. So it was just over halfway through the year.
Yeah, you get...
Yeah.
Some schools do it later, some schools do it earlier, but our school does it early.
Great.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Gets it all out of the way.
Yeah.
So...
And hubby's good? He's back at work?
Hubby's good. He's back at work enjoying... Well... sort of enjoying office work.
Okay, yeah.
He prefers to be out and doing the customer service side of things a bit more than he's doing at the moment, but he's working and enjoying it. I'm not enjoying the 4:45 alarms, but hey.
Oh, in the morning, yeah.
Because he starts at like 7.
Yeah, that's a tough gig.
But they're still better than the 3 a.m. alarms.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, no, we're doing really well. We're just cruising along. Was nice to see a bit of rain today.
Yeah, so just for everyone watching, Perth has had some highly variable rain in the last, I think 10 days ago it was 43 degrees Celsius, which is about 105 Fahrenheit. It's devilishly hot. And then we've had some coolish days, and then half an hour ago, or an hour ago, it was bucketing with rain. So go figure. So yeah.
Now it's probably going to be humid and sticky.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what we should do to combat that? We should have a chocolate each.
We should.
Yeah.
Yes, I can eat my chocolate.
Yeah, sure. I know you're not going to eat your husband's ones. So
oh no, that's why he buys them. Because he makes sure I can't cheat and steal his chocolate.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's like, that's not fair. Buy chocolate we both like. Thank you.
Yep. And thanks to everyone. So so big shout out to everyone out there using a Teams machine. They absolutely work. I do recommend them, and it looks like I'm about to do a how-to on this particular model.
Yes, please.
So enjoy. Please click the care button, the one that looks like this. One other story I meant to tell you, Sharon, was I've made friends with one of the subscribers recently. His name is Austin, and he's a 28-year-old, and he's in Coffs Harbour, and he has terminal cancer. So we've become friends in the last week, and he and we obviously share that experience of being terminal, and a couple of really interesting things came up, and I just thought I'd relate them to you, which was both Austin and I, about 2 years ago, started getting an internal feeling that we wanted to start writing down our stories and collecting up our photographs and doing things like getting our wills ready. And when I look back on my old photos, I think that actually was when my cancer started.
Wow.
So it's almost as if, and Austin is exactly the same, right? So it's before he was diagnosed, but in retrospect, he thinks it was about when he started getting it. So in both of our cases, it was almost like our deep subconscious body knew or sensed that maybe things were coming to an end, and it was important to start documenting things. And yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah,
it is.
And I promised Austin that I would relate it to the subscribers. So we're doing that. I've just spoken on the phone with Austin just now, and he's having a tough day. He's actually possibly going to go into hospice care today or tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so he's quite
28, so young.
Quite advanced. So Austin, if you're watching this, mate, we're here for you. We think about you, and we love you. Okay.
Yep.
So there you go. And I'll tell you one other great story Austin told me that just really touched my heart. Was I think it might have been just after he'd received one of his sets of results or something, and he was sitting out on his back patio having a tea, and a butterfly came around the corner, kissed him on the cheek, and then flew off. And Austin is convinced, as am I, that that's a family member that's passed on before, going, it's okay, you're going to be with us soon. And it was a kiss.
Oh.
just to say it's all right. Come and join us.
Butterflies are special.
Is that beautiful?
It's beautiful.
So there you go. So I just thought I'd pass those stories on. So remember that like and care button, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks a lot. See you later from Portland. Bye bye.